What's up, everybody? Dark Shikari here, also known as King02 of House Sindar. By the way, great faction you guys should join. Hail God Emperor Trump. This is me. Okay, so today I'm going to be teaching you how to use the territory system as a basic low rank and your high ranks for each faction in the Viking Age genre. So first you're going to want to navigate to the group and find the game list. Now, there's two of them here because Mord messed up and he has been messing up the past weekend. Also, by the way, sorry about all the delays. We're working on getting a fix. Should be releasing either today or hopefully Sunday, which is the 26th. I mean Monday, the 26th. So yeah, navigate to the games page. Click on one of these, either one, both same place, leave the same place. Yeah, but in order to use the territories map effectively, you're gonna want to make sure that you're on the same server as everybody, because there seems to be a lot of problems with that in the testing. Is that once everybody just clicks this green play button right here because it's so nice, big, and bright, they join different servers because Roblox has issues with that. So yeah, you're gonna want to make sure you're gonna be in the same server as everybody else. Otherwise, when somebody's sieging you or you want to siege somebody, they're not gonna see it. So you're going to want to click Join Server and do that. If you have Chrome, for some reason it doesn't save my settings. So yeah, so just join the server everybody else is in. Pretty simple. And wait for it to load in. And once you load in, you're going to come to this lovely blue screen. Kind of matches my logo. Shout out to Hasindar. If you're in more than one faction, it's going to show up here. So you're going to want to select the one that you are going to be sieging with. So for me, House Hindar, I'm the king, so click that. So this is the territory map. We've got Northumbria, Mercia, East Anglia, Wessex, Osif, Dowdall, and then my faction, House Hindar. So I'm going to be teaching you how to use Commence Attack for HRs, Join Attack for low ranks, the Resources tab to keep track of your hourly resource production, and then the Future Diplomacy tab, which I don't have access to, but I'll just mention some of the things that are going to be on it. The Produce tab, which is where all of your resources are going to be used, either your actual resources or silver. And then I'll show you the basics of the forge. Alright, so let's get into it. So in attacking a faction, it needs to be adjacent from one of your territories, not an allied one or not some random one. It has to be next to one of your territories. So I can attack House Dowdall from Torp to Otistan, and then I can attack House Olsif from Jailbiggie to Bor, and then the sea route I have as House Hindar is Burka, all the way up through the Strait, all the way down to Rochester. Some of the other ones include Jutland to Kaupang, and then Kaupang to Hedeby and Jutland, and then from Kaupang to Rochester, and then from Hedeby and Ribe to Durham and Bamberg. So the Scandinavian factions in Northumbria are gonna, have some pretty big rivalries because they're all connected. And then obviously House Olsif and Wessex because I can go straight here. In order to do so, first of all, you're gonna need boats. Any Scandinavian seaport to another Scandinavian seaport is gonna be one boat, and then from a Scandinavian seaport to an English seaport and vice versa is gonna be 3 boats. But I'll get into the resources later on. So in order to launch an attack as a high rank, you're going to want to find an adjacent one, and for me it's going to be Jailbiggie and Bor, because I don't have the boats necessary to go to Rochester right now. So this is just for testing purposes. Hopefully the leader of OSIP doesn't see this video and want to kill me. So we're going to find it, click on it, and then it's going to come to this view, and then if you look down here, you're going to notice this green button for high ranks, if there's not already an active siege going. You click on it, and then a confirmation notice is going to pop up. It's going to ask you if you really want to do this, because it might cause political turmoil down the line. You're going to click yes if you really want to and no if you don't. And then this screen's going to pop up. Now, because this is just testing purposes and it's just me, I'm the only one that's going to show up here. So it's going to distinguish attackers are going to be on top, and then if you scroll down, defenders are going to show up right here below this line. So that's pretty much it. After there are 10 defenders and 10 attackers, soon subject to change, the queue is going to load in and it's going to bring you to a battle place, temporary battle place. And then once you're there, the high ranking official, or the more high rank, is gonna get a GUI pop up, and it's gonna have the selection of where you want to give all of your members swords, some of your members swords, some of your members axes, all of your members axes, or if you just don't have the resources for any of those, you just click on that you want to give everybody sticks, the default weapon in the genre. So since it's just me in the tutorial video, we're not going to be actually going there and showing you. So that was pretty much it. For low ranks, it's pretty much the same thing, except in order for you to see the siege, you find the city, and next to the name of Boar right here, if the siege was still going on, you would see under siege, and it would also be notified to you on the left side right here. So you're to join the attack that your high-ranking officer has initiated, you're gonna go click Join Attack. And since there's no siege ready, this button's not green. But if there was a siege ready, this button would be green. And that's pretty much all it is. All you need to do is find the place on the map, pretty easy, and then press Join and wait. Now, since that's out of the way, we're going to go straight to resources. Resources are produced every hour. So I'll get my faction's resources up. In order to look at your resources, you click on the resources tab right here, find your faction or another faction, and view your cities. So for me, not really the most producing, but I'm looking for copper production, so to say. So right now, I'm going to see that Burka, Helgo, and Sigtuna are the only 3 cities or villages that are producing copper. And for me, Burka is 16, Helgo is 13, and Sigtuna is 15. And then the rest of the resources are like that. There's no specific order, I believe, unless these 3 are my cities and then the rest are villages. That I'm not entirely sure. But yeah, so these are your resources produced every hour. And I believe Mord has it so that if they're green, you have to click on them to collect the resources, which will then show up here. And then you use these resources right here to come over to your produce tab. And then this is where you make your axes, swords, boats, and then sailcloth and steel. Pretty straightforward. I'll explain it a little bit as to what you need to make what. So here it is. Sailcloth is needed for boats, only one, because they only had one mast at the time for Viking ships, or dragon ships right here. I don't think I have permission to actually make anything yet, so I'm not going to click the button. So yeah, so as you see, in order to make sailcloth, it's 100 cloth, 250 silk, 90 linen. If you don't have these resources and you have silver, you can always select by pressing Pay with Luxuries and pay with 800 silver, and then keep your resources in reserve for something more important, like an axe, an extra axe for your next battle, or a sword, which is the best weapon in the game. So yeah, then you just come over here after producing your sailcloth, and if you have all of the resources available, just do that. Click Pay with Resources. If not, same thing, Pay with Luxury. Right, so the axes. Axes are pretty straightforward. You need 1 timber and for some reason 100 iron, because 100 iron ingots, you're making god axes basically. So I guess that's what Mort has it. The resource system's not perfect, so just bear with us. It's kind of meant as a buffer, so one faction doesn't overly produce like a crap ton of swords and be overpowered, or axes I mean, and be overpowered and not have any effect whatsoever in losing something. In order to make a sword, you're going to need a couple things. You're going to need steel. And in order to make steel in increments of 10, you're going to need 15 copper and 150 iron to make 10 steel. And I believe there's no way to change that. I think it's always 10. Or you can just skip it and pay with silver, as I said. And then once you have all of the steel you need, you come over here, click on sword, and bam, same thing. Pretty straightforward. Pretty easy, guys. I mean, there's not really much to get wrong. Unless you're like wicked stupid, then I'm sorry. I can't help you because you can't fix stupid. But if you have any other questions, comments, concerns, you can leave them down below in the comment section. My personal YouTube is going to be linked down below. Not much is on it, just something from when I was in the Army, doing some personal Army training. But that's subject to change soon since the launch of the genre is very close. But, alright, that's about it, guys. Like I said before, any questions, leave them down below. Comments, concerns, hit me up in the Discord, DMs, whatever is necessary for you. Alright? Have a good one, guys. And, have fun.